Welcome to the video, everyone. Before we get into the whole food shortage issue, I just wanted to show you all the price of Halloween candy this year. It is outrageous. And I even warned the kids. I said, my sweeties, trick-or-treating might not be that great this year because a lot of our neighbors might not be able to participate in it because who can afford to buy this candy? It is crazy. Anywho, I went to our local Walmart here in New Jersey to investigate this issue of food shortages and the impending famine. Are there really food shortages? Are we going to starve to death? Or is this all doomsday prepper hype? And I'll let you draw your own conclusions. Oh, here we have the Halloween pumpkins, which I thought, there's a musharina right there. Ooh! One of the only decent deals in the whole store, though they're not huge. They're almost $6 each, and they're not that big for carving pumpkins. Anyway, as I said, I'll let you draw your own conclusions. What I saw was there's still plenty of food to buy. If you have the money to pay for it, you're not going to starve to death. But there are so many gaps in the stock. Look at that. Why is it so poorly stocked? Where's all the food? A couple years ago, obviously every bin would have been filled. Things were stocked always. It never looked like this. And I'm just going to take my local Walmart in New Jersey as representative of Walmarts all over the place. I just don't understand it. Why is everything picked over? Look, I mean, there you go. There's food to buy if you want it. But so many holes. It's just not normal. I don't know if you guys find this concerning or not, but I kind of wonder, is it a supply chain issue? Are the crops failing because there was so much drought last summer? Were the crops not producing as much because of the lack of fertilizer? Look at these sad watermelons. I mean, of course, it's not really watermelon season now, but they're small, they're pathetic. Here we have bananas. See, there are bananas to buy if you want bananas. They're more expensive than they should be. We've got the bread section. There's bread. But look at all the gaps. And the price of those Hawaiian rolls right there. You used to be able to get a pack of 6 of those. I think it was a 6-pack at Dollar Tree for $1. They're so much more expensive now. It's really sad. Look at all the holes. What is going on? This is their store-baked, supposedly, baked in the store, fresh bread section. There's hardly anything there. All these empty baskets. I think it's crazy. Now, is there still bread to buy? Absolutely, if you can afford it. But the store is not stocked like Walmart's typically have always been. Look at the frozen potatoes. And I'm sorry about the reflection in all of the frozen food, in the windows. You can see us. There we are. Try to ignore us. But a lot of the prepper channels have been reporting on this lack of frozen potatoes. And we saw it very obviously in our Walmart. Now, we live in a very densely populated part of the country. New Jersey is the most densely populated state. So does that mean we just have too many people picking over these supplies? Or what I really think is our store is better stocked than a lot of Walmarts around the country because New Jersey is so densely populated. I think a lot of the food comes here. It doesn't surprise me to hear that a Walmart in northern Idaho is not well stocked because hardly anybody lives up there. So Walmart's not going to be shipping everything up there if they don't have enough supplies. That's just my theory. I don't know. What do you guys think? Here we are in frozen foods. See, lots of food to buy, but holes and gaps. We've got coffee, we've got tea coming up. Holes and gaps. There's still plenty of coffee. But what is going on? Are you guys seeing the same things in your stores? And I'm also hearing, and I agree, that the produce people are buying is going bad a lot faster. And I mean, honestly, I never thought Walmart had great produce. Our Walmart never did. Its produce was always pretty crappy. And we get most of our produce, obviously, out of the Aldi dumpster or out of our own garden. Look, that's supposed to be chocolate syrup there. And then look at the tea. There's still plenty of tea to buy, but look at all the gaps. You have the iced tea mixes. It's crazy. So, what was I saying? Oh, fresh fruit and veg. Are you guys finding that the fresh fruits and vegetables you normally buy are going bad faster than they used to? That's what I've been hearing. There I am. Don't look at me. Look at the gaps inside the freezers. I don't even know what's supposed to be on all of these shelves. Some kind of frozen vegetable, one assumes. Does this concern you guys, or do you just take this in stride? I really wonder if it's too late for people to start prepping. I mean, unless you have a lot of money at your disposal, because prices have gone up so much. If you don't have a stocked prepper pantry for emergencies, can you afford to start now? I don't think so, but I think rich people can. But rich people can afford to buy all this, ridiculously inflated priced food. That's the iced tea mixes. Back in frozen veg, which is the other side of the aisle. Look at that. Empty, 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 empty. Empty. And a lot of shelves, as we'll see, are fronted. There's a little bit at the front of the shelf. That's honey. We're in the honey and jam section. What's the deal with that? Honey is a great thing to have in your prepper pantry because it lasts forever and it has many uses besides sweetening your tea. Okay, this is the meat section. So there's beef to buy, but same story everywhere. There's food, but it's not well stocked. And who can afford to buy this beef anyway? I can't afford to buy this beef. The chicken was pretty well stocked, though unaffordable, in my opinion. I don't even know what was supposed to go in these bins. I think it was supposed to be frozen shrimp. They were decent on turkeys. Those are your frozen turkeys. You might want to get one now, because who knows where they'll be come Thanksgiving. Now we're in the barbecue sauce area. The hot sauces, were decently supplied. Lots of gaps in barbecue sauce. I don't think that's supposed to be ketchup up there. I think that's just a lone ketchup bottle that found its way there. See, there's the ketchup section. Gaps, 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 gaps. Holes and gaps. There's rice. So there's still rice to buy. A prepper pantry favorite. I would advise everybody to stock up on rice. But still lots of holes. You can still get a 20-pound bag of rice for around $10. At our Walmart, anyway. Vinegar. So there's vinegar, but obviously people are buying up a lot of vinegar. I don't even know what's supposed to be there. It's just a mystery sometimes. I think we're in seasonings, and then we're kind of getting into the Goya area. So we have a different brand of rice there, and then we have the dried beans. So yeah, they're still there. Go out and get them. Supply your prepper pantry to the extent you can afford it. Rice and beans are the way to go. Canned foods. Sure, lots of cans. Canned beans. But why are there so many gaps? It's not like they were running a sale, so everybody just came and bought all the canned veg and the canned beans. There's no sales. The prices are up. There's mayonnaise, but gaps. Look at the fronting of the mustard. Look! What's up with that? Mustard is actually great to have in your prepper pantry because it also never goes bad. I have so much mustard stockpiled from my extreme couponing days. Lots of gaps in salad dressing. Now we're in the kind of tortilla taco area. I don't know what's missing. I don't know what people bought. Is it because people are buying so much because they're stocking up? Or is it just an issue of them not being able to get the supplies in? I think it's that. I think people are probably buying what they normally buy, but they're not getting their supplies in. Look, this is an end cap for vegetables. I found that really weird that it wasn't, stocked all the way to the back for an end cap. Like they don't have anything better to put on an end cap than some canned vegetables that are not on sale or anything. I don't even know what was supposed to be there. I think it's kind of like the bottled lemonade, not lemonade, but lemon juice, that kind of thing. Look at the fronting there with the vegetables. Nice little row of whatever that is, beans or something. Nothing behind it. Still, cans. Lots of cans if you want to buy canned veg and corn and so forth. I mean, not if you want to buy a ton of that kind of corn. No. Now we're into the canned meat area. We've got the tuna. Have some canned chicken. That might have been the canned collards. I don't even know. There's often no way to even know what was supposed to be there. And you know how Walmart is. They never have the correct prices on anything. There you go. Prepper's favorite, Spam. Not very much of it. And for something, I mean, I guess some people love Spam. I don't. But for something that isn't really that great, it's, I think, really expensive. Look at the gaps back there. I think people are stocking up on the canned meats. Got your chili. Not too much there. Can you hear my cat meowing? She's watching this with me. She's very upset. We haven't even gotten to the cat food section yet. There you have your canned, you know, ravioli, Chef Boyardee kinds of things. Not very healthy for you, but you can heat them with a tea light if you don't have, you know, electricity to cook something. And everything in a can is already cooked. This is your mac and cheese area. Sure, lots of mac and cheese to buy. But what's up with that giant empty shelf? Like, that's just nuts. Canned tomatoes, we have a big gap. And that's like your packaged dry potatoes. But the tomato harvest out in California is supposedly way, way off this year. I think because of drought and lack of fertilizer. I mean, tomatoes are a very water-intensive fruit to grow, as are cucumbers. Look at the fronting on the soups on the back of the boxes of soup. You know what I'm saying? The boxes. Behind the boxes. Soup, soup, soup. I think you're much better off, I mean, personally, this is just my personal opinion, stocking up on bouillon cubes. Of course, you have to be able to boil water. But they take up a lot less space than stocking up on boxes of broth. You got your pasta, another prepper favorite. Plenty of pasta, but tons of gaps. I also advocate stocking up on spaghetti if you are going to stock up on pasta, because spaghetti takes up a lot less space than your box of elbows or ziti or penne, if space is a consideration for you in stocking your prepper pantry. Okay, we're in pasta sauces now. I know I keep saying the same thing. See, lots of food to buy, but lots of significant gaps. And fronting. Trying to make it look like there's more product than is really there. Cereals. I mean, these sugary cereals aren't good for you anyway, but that doesn't mean people don't want to buy them. Lots of gaps. This has to be a supply chain issue. Or is it an issue with sugar? I've heard that there are issues with sugar. Oatmeal, always a better bet than your sugary cereals. We got our pancake syrups. Lots of holes there. But what I was saying, I've heard there are a lot of issues with the supply of sugar. So maybe sugary foods are just going to be in short supply. There we're into cereal bars, breakfast bars, granola bars. Very picked over. It would be one thing if it was just one area, you know, like, oh, they didn't get their shipment in of Nature Valley granola bars, so there are lots of holes there. But it's everything in the store. It's everywhere. It's every single aisle. Here we're in seasonings and spices. What is going on? If you want that everything but the bagel seasoning, you better grab that one jar, because that's all that's there. Oh, wait, there's some more there on the left. Never mind. Oh, it's always such a mess there. Is it that they don't have the personnel to put the food out? I didn't see a lot of shelves being stocked while we're there. It wasn't like there were lots of pallets being unloaded at all. Look at that. Look at that. You definitely want spices and seasonings in your prepper pantry. Flour. There's flour, but I will say this flour section used to be at least twice as wide, if you know what I mean. Marshmallows. Okay, this speaks to the sugar issue. Are people just stocking up for their winter cups of cocoa? What's the deal with marshmallows? Not that I want any, but... And Oreos again. Not that I'm going to buy Oreos. But hey, if you want them, if you love them, yeah, they're still there. But what's the deal with the gaps? Oh, then we get into candy. Okay, so we're back in the candy aisle in case you didn't want to get that really expensive Halloween candy up front. Look at the gaps. I've heard there's a chocolate shortage. I think Hershey's announced that in the summer that they were going to have trouble putting enough candy out, which probably speaks to the really high price of Halloween candy. Are people just like stressed out and buying a ton of candy? Look at these empty shelves. Just looking at this makes me want to stress eat some candy. Like, what's happening? People are buying it and they're just not restocking? Are you guys seeing the same thing in your stores? Where's the candy? We're on cookies. I think we have Teddy Grahams and graham crackers. We're getting low on the Pepperidge Farm cookies. The cheaper cookies down below, pretty well stocked on. I don't know. Is that a sugar thing? I don't know. Back on the candy side. One thing they did have an okay supply of was the sugar-free candy. Probably because, one, it's too expensive, and two, it's not subject to the sugar issue. Now we're in crackers. Look at that. That's just not normal. And it's every freaking aisle. It's like we're anticipating a major snowstorm or a hurricane, but we're not. It's a beautiful fall. There's no reason for all of this to be so empty. Now we're in snacks and chips, and, you know, of course, junk food, decently stocked. There are gaps. I think that's dried fruit, raisins, that kind of thing. So, yeah, decently supplied on some of the chips. Those are like the multi-packs of the little bags, you know, that you put in a kid's lunch. They're not good for you anyway. But let's say you want to have a little party, little Halloween gathering. You want to put out a few bowls of chips. Good luck, because they're going to cost you a lot of money. That's the Pringles area. That's bottled juices. Milk was pretty well stocked. A lot of stores are very low on milk. We had that one low shelf, but they were decent on milk. And they had some chocolate milk, which I've heard has been in really short supply in a lot of grocery stores. I've never myself bought chocolate milk. I just buy chocolate syrup and make chocolate milk should I want chocolate milk, but apparently people like to buy it already made, and there's been issues with chocolate milk supplies. A little bit low there. Now, almond milk. That's the one thing I found that hasn't gone up in price. More candy in the back. The almond milk, I think, used to be like $1.98 for a half gallon, and I think it's now $2 for a half gallon, so not really an increase. There's your refrigerated juices, our eggs. Look at the price on eggs. $3.28 for a dozen eggs. And I actually said out loud, oh, that's not that bad, thinking that eggs can be $5 or $6 a dozen now. $3.28 is terrible. They should be 99 cents a dozen. The dairy area, the yogurts, it was okay. Butter. Look at this. This is for the double pack. This is 2 pounds of Walmart butter, $8.58. We used to get this pretty frequently, and it was under $6 for 2 pounds of butter. It's crazy. Oh, okay, we're ending up with cat food. We're almost at the end, everybody. Thank you for watching. Cat food in cans has been an issue for quite some time. Look at the empty shelves. They have the fancier cat foods, the expensive cat foods that people who have a ton of cats can't afford to buy. Look at that, 92 cents for one little thing of Shiba cat food. It's crazy. It's crazy. So, Dumpsterinas and Frugalistas, let me know what you're seeing in your stores. What do you think? Are we going to all starve to death, or are we just going to go broke trying to buy the food that's there? I personally think there'll be food there, but it's just going to get to the point that we can't afford it. And I think we're going to continue to see these supply issues and these gaps for another year to come. But hey, what do I know? Let me know what you think. Take care. Thanks for watching. Be brave. Be frugal. Don't let this get you down. Prep if you can, because the prices are just going to keep going up. Just stock up on rice and beans, rice and beans, rice and beans, and bouillon cubes. All right? Love you guys. Talk to you later. Bye!